Weekend assignment number 5. Solve for x. We're going to try to get x all by itself. So start, combine my like terms. I'm going to use my inverse operations to move everything away from the x. That should have just been 80. So x equals 16. Over here, do not let decimals scare you. You're going to solve exactly the same way that you've been doing. Distribute, combining like terms, using your inverse operations. Just use your calculator if you don't feel confident with the decimals to get the numbers. Alright, so then combine like terms. I've got a 0.08 minus 0.06. And then you've also got the whole numbers you want to combine. Now we're going to move everything away from the x. Number 3, you are going to cross multiply. So 16 times x, and then 8 times the 21 minus x. Notice my 8 got multiplied to both of those terms. Then I'm going to combine the x's, so I'll do inverse operations to move the 8x over to the 16x. And then divide by that 24. Number 2, start by distributing. And use your inverse operations to get x by itself. Down at the bottom, we've got our literal equations. We are going to rearrange these formulas, and they're different because there's multiple variables, but you're still going to use the same steps we used up above to get x, or whatever letter we're solving for, by itself. So to get x by itself here, I've got a 7 and an f on the left-hand side that I need to move. Always move anything that's being added or subtracted first. So since f was adding, we're going to subtract it. Now 12 and f I can't actually combine, so it's just going to stay 12 minus f. Then the 7 is getting multiplied, so we will divide it. And again, I can't divide 12 or f by 7, so it's just going to say 12 minus f divided by 7. C, so I'm going to move the 3 first. Again, can't combine a c and a 3, so I get c minus 3. And then move the 2. C and 3 are not divisible by 2, so it's just going to stay that fraction equals d. Number 7, solving for n, so I want to get n by itself, so I'm going to start by moving this 2. So I get 3m equals 9 plus 3z. So I can actually combine that 2 with something over here because there already is another whole number over here. So I'm actually going to do 11 minus 2 to get that 9. Then divide. And again, this one I can divide because my 2 terms on top are divisible by 3. So I get 3 plus 1z. Number 8, what is half of 2 to the 6th power? One of the easier ways to do this, just figure out what that is. 2 to the 6th power, use your calculator, you get 64. Now half of that would be 32. Just use your calculator and evaluate each of these, and you would discover that number 4, if I did 2 to the 5th power in my calculator, is 32. Number 9, which number is equal to 3.6 times 10 to the 5th power? be choice 1, because what this means is you're going to move the decimal point 5 times, and since it's a positive 5, you're going to move it to the right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Number 10, 11, and 12 are word problems. And these are missing multiple pieces, so I'm going to make let statements to help me translate these. So it says Freddie has 3 more than twice the number of balloons than Tony has. So I have 2 variables here, Freddie and Tony. Now Tony, they're describing what Fred has, so he's going to be the more complicated one. He has 3 more than twice what Tony has. So twice Tony would be 2x, and then 3 more means I would add 3 to that. Now I can use that now to create an equation, because it tells us that the total sum is 36. So if I add these 2 pieces together, 2x plus 3 plus the x, it would equal 36. So I can combine my like terms, use my inverse operations to get x by itself. And I end up with x equals 11. Now I'm not here because it says how many balloons does Freddie have? Tony, we said, was x, so Tony has the 11 balloons. Freddie, we have to do 2 times 11 plus 3. So that would be 22 plus 3. Freddie has 25 balloons. Number 11, Jill and Colleen are selling magazines to raise money. So there's my 2 variables. Jill sold 3 more magazines than Colleen. So Colleen's going to be our x because they're describing Jill, and she sold 3 more, so that would be adding 3. If Jill's sales are tripled, so I'm going to multiply this piece that I have over here by 3. That's what tripling means, multiply by 3. They equal 8 less than Colleen's magazines quadruple. Now quadruple means timesing by 4. So if I times Colleen by 4, it'd be 4x. But then there was that 8 less part, so you have to also subtract 8 from Colleen's magazines. So I'm going to distribute. And then do my inverse operations to solve for x. Oops, I forgot my x. So x equals positive 17, and they wanted us to state how many magazines did each girl sell. So 17 is the x, and we said Colleen was that. So Colleen sold 17. And Jill sold, now we had x plus 3, so 17 plus 3, she sold 20. Number 12, the larger of 2 numbers is 4 less than twice the smaller. So I've got a larger number and a smaller. Now smaller is going to be the x, because this first sentence is talking about the larger of the 2 numbers is 4 less than twice the smaller. So twice the smaller and then 4 less would be 2x minus 4. Now 4 times the larger number, so I have to do 4 times this whole piece. I'm going to make sure I put it in parentheses so the 4 gets multiplied to the entire larger number, is 10 more than 6 times the smaller. So 6 times the smaller number, and 10 more means adding. So we distribute and use our inverse operations. So our conclusion, 13 goes with the smaller number. So the smaller is 13. Larger number is, we got to plug this in. So 2 times 13 would be 26, and then take away 4 would be 22.